What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 30 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Kroq-Gar campaign. So as we saw last time, as some of you have dubbed it, the Lustria Bowl continues as Gorog took out 3 armies belonging to Marcus Wolfheart in a pretty devastating attack in the jungles. All those shots with the Holy Stella up causing the fog, and then the Saurus and the Feral Cold Ones in the sort of shadow, like their silhouettes attacking those units, and the Third Army waiting in vain for their friends to come and bail them out, not knowing that those other armies had already been destroyed by the Pterodon Riders. Perfection. Anyway, and what we've got to do this time, obviously Gorog has many a target for him to choose from, and it'll probably be a while until we can get him another army to help out, but, well, hopefully. Chameleon and Kanoskir are poised to attack the Wizard Caliph's palace and take out the last remaining presence of Arcan's faction on this side of the map, though there is another settlement here at Verdanos, and because of the way the Tomb Kings work, they could just generate like 5 armies out of here and then move them south. So we do really need to destroy that, and we're probably going to send Pyroxy up there to deal with them, as one of these guys will most likely move towards Lustria. I'm not entirely sure whether we might want to turn around and destroy the Greybeard's Prospectors first. They are occupying a decent amount of land that could be making more money for us, and we have gemstones here as well, which give us additional research rate, which is always very nice to have. It's not a crazy amount of research rate, mind you, but every little bit helps. Anyway, in terms of this turn, let's see. Chameleon, you can move, but I don't imagine that you should move. As in, you could siege the Wizard Caliph's palace, but I fear that you wouldn't be able to win a battle. And Necrosphinx and a War Sphinx and way too many Ushabti for the Red Crests to take out. Granted, we could probably do a little bit of kiting on some of those units, but I feel like we'd rather have both armies deal with this rather than just the one. So we can wait a turn, not a big deal. Otherwise, let's see what we have here. Everybody's good. Let's see about building buildings. Temple Avenue of Gold. You need 2 things. You do need a Shrine of the Old Ones to increase your income, even if it is very slight. But it's better than nothing. Not like you're making a lot of money in the first place, but yeah, we'll do that, and I think we'll keep on waiting for the Geomantic Pylon. I just don't see this being worth the cash at this stage in the game, so we will continue with this. And oh, you also lack one of these Temple Guard Barracks buildings. We need to build one there as well, but for now, let's go for a Shrine of the Old Ones. Pools of healing, blessed unit buffs. Yeah, alright, trying the old ones. Alrighty, Shifting Sands. We are good here, Antok and Bagar. We kept these defenses in case we were attacked here, but you know what? Maybe we don't need them here anymore. And these guys are friendly, and they're probably not going to attack us, even if we attack them. Numas and Qatar. You guys, I think, will have to keep your defenses because of these little armies out here. As long as they're alive, we can't have them attack. Although, to be fair, if they did attack, there's no way that either Numas or Qatar could hold. So maybe we could just get rid of this. At least in Qatar, because it's a little bit further. And if these guys come down, we'll have to just counter them. Alrighty, what else do we have here? Temple Avenue of Gold, we just checked. Blightwater needs nothing. Although Kradtoman and Misty Manta, well, you know what, until Queek is dead, we have to keep these defenses, and it's not like they're changing anything, because the Croxy labor districts are making as much money as they possibly could. 8 Peaks is good for now, though I would like to trade it to Belagar if the possibility arises, though I'm not sure that it will, and that's about it. Now, we do have a little bit of money remaining. I have been wanting to try to get to you to join our war against the Bloody Hands. 1.2, not bad. 4.6k. It's a little bit steep, but it will make him friendlier with the High Elves, and at the same time, it'll make him friendlier with us. It's a little bit expensive, but I think it'll be worth it at the end. There we go. Now, hopefully, all of our actions against the Bloody Hands will count for more in terms of our relationship with Karak-Kadrin. Anyway, skip, Imminent Rebellion where? No, it's just Chakwa. Okay, that's fine. We already have a Benebba Rebellion there. Skip, Garrison Lord not move. That's probably appropriate. A building upgrade available. Don't care, and I believe that's it. Iso Charismata, you're so close to joining Kroq-Gar, and then we'll generate some... we will generate some Horned Ones, finally. Though, considering how ludicrously expensive a unit of Horned Ones is, we may want to just make 2 for now, rather than the 6 I was originally hoping to put in Kroki's army. Alright, looks like Rakarth has not yet moved. What is this? Quetzal. Quetzal's going to get attacked. We could let it fall. Let's see. Well, you know what? We don't care about this place. I was actually thinking that it would get destroyed anyway, so it's fine. I'll let it go. They're gonna sack it? Okay, that's fine as well. I was originally assuming that the Clan Pestilence would attack it. Peace treaty with Bloody Hands? No. Especially not now that we've asked for a for somebody to join war. Correct, Kadrin, I mean. Alrighty, let's see if Nakai revives. Alright, come on, Nakai, please. Cult of Excess destroyed, great. Ghost of Pahwak's Primeval Glory, great for them. Someone sacked Quetzal, we don't care. Ambush foiled, that's not great. So that means... oh, Marcus Wolfhard didn't actually move away. He's now in march stance and standing in the Sacred Pools. With the garrison there, mind you. And Rakarth is still sitting here. Well, that's interesting. We do have a choice. We could attack Rakarth, or we could attack Marcus. Probably take the Sacred Pools while we're at it. And he is in march stance, though with the garrison. This still seems like it might be the best chance. Oh, Black Crag received Plague. We have to get out of here. We have to get out of here immediately. Damn you, Plague. Ally mission aborted. Yeah, that's fine. A Rite of Ferocity expires. Oh, look, Blessed Chameleon Skinks. Again. Man, come on. Give us some Blessed Horned Ones, or... why do we get the weakest Blessed Ones? Unfortunate. I was hoping for something better. Oh well. You, I guess, are gonna go to Black Iron Mine. We now, since we have a plague here, can't go... Alright, so what we'll do is, we got one more turn of Skaven Plague and Iron Rock, so we want to send Tic Tac there, but I guess not to take it, rather just move up to it, essentially. So let's send you in our own territory. Oh wow, it's all the way over here. Alright, fine, now stay in their territory then. And let's just hope that we luck out and we don't get the plague. It's a little bit dicey, though. You know what, this is... oh no, but if we... we'd still be staying in a plagued up territory in Black Crag, wouldn't we? Alright, I guess we just move up to Iron Rock and we see what happens. Really hoping Tic Tac doesn't get a plague, but honestly, even if he does, out of all of our lords, he probably cares the least about it, because, well, he rarely takes damage at all from anybody, so yeah. Okay, Isoko, you are going to then join Kroki in Black Iron Mine rather than in Black Crag, which I was originally hoping to do. Kroki, you're going to move towards Black Iron Mine. You're going to hopefully find Queek, and if not, we're just going to destroy him. It's time. It's long past time. Hopefully this guy doesn't attack us here. Let us also pop you into encamp stance, just to heal up a little bit more. And, ooh... or do we leave Black Crag to reduce the chance of... no, I think we have to leave Black Crag, damn. Oh, can we even leave Black Crag? Looks like you're just on the edge of it. Okay, good. I'll leave Black Crag. It doesn't look like there's any plague here, so we'll head out here instead. Okie dokie. Now, Tolex, you are supposed to join Kroki, so move out this way. And then, Roxy, you have your army coming up very, very soon. So Kowal and Farak keep moving up north. You're nearly there. Alright, good and good. Let's see how the last we're the last defenders. These guys are doing. Alright, I still don't see Nakai. I don't see the vassal thing. They still have their 2 territories. I imagine that Lokir is somewhere here, and they do have another full stack. And this place might fall next turn. We'll see, I guess. Yeah, you're gonna move away. We have vision from these guys, but it ain't much. And let's hope that Lokir is just going to ignore one of these territories for a little while. I wonder if Nakai can still come back up if these places are under siege, although... I'm not actually sure that this would actually even survive against a single stack. He really needs to actually have built up an army. Well, we'll see. I'm also curious while we're at it. No, nobody wants to confed yet. Xhotl, you're down to 3 territories. You're making me worried, Mazda. Why don't you want to confed? We're at war with the only faction you're at war with. You're not even fighting Marcus anymore. Alright, ooh, Western Provinces, non-aggression pact, yes please, although they're not doing so well either. And we'll take the money. Minus 13. I don't like the strategic threat, and there's a little bit of aversion there. Burning Wind Nomads, I don't expect you will survive Rakarth's Lokir's rampage there. Defensive alliance possible with Xhotl, but doesn't help us in any way. And that's about it. Alrighty, ooh. Did I just see what I think I saw? No, I thought I saw that Arkan had returned. King Anlashen, you are leaving the Wizard Caliph's palace. This is the last of your territories. Seems like not the right thing to do. We're gonna have Kanos Kier do the siege, though. Why? Because I think that Kanos Kier is the... well, he has artillery, so it's better for him to do it. Like so, valiant defeat. We'll put the Wailing Banner back on. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. And then we'll start building some stuff up. And we probably do want to get up on top of the walls. Look at all those monstrous units that can't climb on the walls. We definitely should be taking advantage of that, and we can certainly stay here for a turn or so. Chameleon, you're going to move here. In and camp stance, of course. Alright, that looks good. I'm almost tempted to try to see if these guys would be willing to sally out and fight Kanos Kier. Only a thought. Block army? No, just stay here, buddy. Stay here until you're ready to fight. Alrighty, now, who else needs to do things? Chameleon is good, Kanos Kier is good. We have Roxy, who can... I guess if we really wanted to, we could move down to Death Gorge. And then just join up with the army a little bit quicker. And there we go, we're almost there anyway. And while we're at it, let's check what we have here. Humble, Master Survivor, Uncompromising, not a big fan of any of those. Determined, Aggressive, and Pompous, same for those. And what do we have here? What do we have here? Skink Oracles and Skink Priests. Well, we can't afford the Oracles yet, but eventually. And I'm not happy with any of those Skink Priests either. Though I would like to build one to steal tech. We have a need of them in our armies right now, so we'll hold off until we have greater capacity. Alrighty, well. Unless I'm mistaken, it'll just be Gorok's choice as to who to fight. And I guess there's some buildings to build as well, but I guess we could do that after we fight. Alrighty, so Rakarth... well, if he's going to keep sieging, we may as well let him do so and attack the Sacred Pools. I am curious if we can get... oh. I was hoping that we could draw out this guy, but it doesn't look like it. Looks like we have to attack the Sacred Pools directly. Skink Chief, I also wanted to check something. So this Skink Chief has Perceptive. Now, Perceptive didn't used to work for heroes, just like Movement, and this reminded me... due to a comment asking about ancillaries in general. Well, this isn't really an ancillary, but it is a hero trait. And just looking at the army here, we have replenished troops and we have training. We don't have scouting. Well, I guess, maybe this does work, but scouting just doesn't show up? I don't know. This used to do nothing. If anybody knows whether Perceptive was one of the traits that was reworked, there was a rework patch a while ago. Let me know. Because like this, it's impossible to tell, isn't it? You know what we'd need to do? We need to put a hero that causes scouting in the army and see whether the magic item drop chance plus 25% increases the amount that scouting causes. That's the only way to check, unless I'm mistaken. Gotta remember that this guy has Leader of his kind. Yeah, so that means we need two things. We need... well, the Skink Chief building here is great. I think we're going to get rid of it and replace it with a mage building, because we need a mage here. Also, Quetzal, just cancel construction. Yes, get those 2,000 gold back. Let these guys have it, we don't care. We'll take it back. We need to lower the number of armies here. We're going to keep the Pterodon Hatchery because they're just too useful. And while the Skinks can be useful as well, I'd rather have Gorok get a mage. Alrighty, Gorok, it's time. Sacred Pools. Let's kill Wolfheart. Again, I mean. And a Pyrrhic Victory. Let's see what we're looking at here. Well, they do have a decent amount of... of anti-air in the settlement garrison, which is certainly a concern, and a decent amount of mortars as well. Wolfheart himself plus Kalara can do quite a lot of damage to our flyers, which is probably going to make this battle a more interesting one, as our flyers won't be able to do all the work. That said, let's see if that is actually the case. Alrighty, too far away for Gorok to make his speech apparently, but here we go. Wolfheart the Hunts Marshal about to be hunted down. We're gonna start the battle off with summoning those feral cold ones and moving our fire leech bolas in. We'll have to be careful with these guys. Let's see how much damage they take to the enemy crossbows and archers and whatnot. A little bit surprising to see Wolfheart using crossbows rather than huntsmen or archers, which he directly buffs. I do wish that the AI better understood what lords do and thus would build the type of units that they're specifically geared towards building. But whatever. Also, nice little map. I like how everything's nice and visible in high contrast to the jungle battle. And ooh, looks like Wolfheart managed to knock one of the fire leech bolas down and into the water there. Alright, well, to get their revenge, the bombs are coming down in the biggest blobs of the enemy units that we can find, and so are the fire leech bolas dropped upon the enemy as well. Looks like the feral cold ones are going to be seen off, but they've done quite a bit of damage to the enemy already. And, no, almost knocked another unit down, but just a stagger for now. Also, I really like the color scheme of Wolfheart, it's not so bad. Alrighty, and a couple more fire leech bolas get knocked out of the sky. Alright, I see 4 or 5 of them lying on the ground there. Looks like it has been relatively evenly spread minus this unit. No, it's only lost 1 unit so far, yeah. So the damage looks like it's been to various units rather than one getting obliterated. For the enemy, however, look at this. Let's see, crossbow unit nearly dead, crossbow unit nearly dead, and nearly dead, so we're doing quite decent work already. The balance of power is very even at about 50-50, but the enemy has lost about 300 troops so far, and that's going to increase. But this is all, once again, as usual, I should say, just a distraction. The fire leech bolas are keeping the enemy occupied, while Gorok and the rest of the army draws closer. They may be slow, but slowly and surely they will get there, and the enemy won't be able to hold against the line of Saurus, especially considering that the mortars and the enemy ranged units are pretty much done for, or at the very least, they are not firing where they should be firing. And once the Saurus close, they will have wasted their opportunity to do so. Fire Leech bolas continuing to dish out the damage, though are also continuing to take damage themselves, between 50 and 75% HP remaining on most of the units, but our Saurus have arrived. Looks like the enemy wants to countercharge that with a few units of Empire Knights, but that's obviously not a great idea, charging Basties and Gorok himself. The Pistoliers are also running around in here, and this is also not a place you want to be, as they are just going to get ripped apart by Saurus. More Saurus moving in, and Lord Xhotl is going to try to hunt the Hunts Marshal down. There we go, charging him, bowling him over, and hopefully we can hurt him quite a lot with Lord Xhotl here, especially considering that Gorok is going to take a while to get here. I like the little face armor that Xhotl has. Very nice. Alright, just checking out the armor. Ooh, and he has a golden armor shoulder pad as opposed to Kanos Kyr's armor, which was the shoulder was made of a skull of a stegodon or something like that, or something that looks a little bit like it. Anyway, looks like Wolfheart's going to take this opportunity, unfortunately, to run away from Xhotl, or at least to some degree, but also partly because we're running around through the enemy. Our Saurus are here anyway, and it won't matter for much longer, as the enemy will simply run out of units that can hold. The enemy army is getting absolutely overwhelmed from all sides now. And while they are sending in a few units to try to stop the rest of the main army, it just ain't working so well. The bounce power definitely in our favor now at about 70%, and it looks like only the melee units by and large remain. No more range units to threaten us, and Lord Xhotl and Gorok should be able to get Wolfheart in there at any second. And there's Gorok looking way bigger than the rest of the Saurus. Oh, they look so tiny and adorable compared to him. Alright. Papa Gorok's children are doing well. Anyway, well enough that it looks like Marcus is at half HP, the bounce power's at 80% in our favor, and I do believe that the battle is just about over. The last of the enemy units here holding the line together with Wolfheart, the Sigmarite disciple, is probably going to be the last to leave the field, and it does make sense considering their faith is allowing them to hold on just a little bit longer. But they will get ground down in the end. Especially with these Saurus jumping on. Man, they really like that jump up and spear slam down animation. Not sure how effective the move actually is, but it looks cool, and a rule of cool, I guess, always wins. And there we go with that. I do believe the rest of the enemy army are routes. We're going to give chase as best we can, and going to try to kill this second enemy lord. This Huntsman General, I believe, was was outside the settlement, unless I'm mistaken, so it's better to kill off this unit. Though obviously the garrison units and Wolfheart's army are in the settlement, so they don't have to be killed. Just this lord, and I do believe he will have been crushed by the press there. There we go. A heroic victory for Gorok. Gotta give the MVPs once again to the Fireleech Bolas, though. Regardless of the damage they did, and they did certainly do a lot of damage, more importantly, they kept everything distracted enough for our slow-moving source to close and close out the battle. Alrighty, I somewhat stand corrected. Regardless of the anti-air that this army did have, the Fireleech Bull is still absolutely clean house. 44k damage on this one, 34, 37, yeah. Very, very good. They did a lot of damage before our Saurus got there, though of course the Saurus did quite well as well. 13k damage on this one, all things considered, that it took them, I don't know, 3 or 4 times as long to get into the fight as the Fireleech Bolas did. And hey, it looks like Lord Xhotl actually did more damage than Gorok did in this particular case. Well done. And though of course Gorok didn't have the chance to fight all that long, and Xhotl does have a mount. Anyway, we are going to, I guess, occupy this place. Too bad we can't bring the faction back. As somebody also commented something along the same lines for the Lizards and for various other factions. It is unfortunate that you can't return to factions. It would be nice to get their slan via Confederation, but oh well. We'll occupy the Sacred Pools for ourselves. So not that we really care all that much about this yellow territory, mind you, but hey, why not? And we will not collect income here for now. We'll immediately swap you into alignment of monuments to get that research rate. And we will build you, I guess, a food camp, because we need as much growth here as possible. Then, hopefully, depending on if Karth... Oh, we can't reach him in one round? Can't quite tell. We may or may not be able to reach Rakarth in one round, we shall see. It's gonna be hilarious if he doesn't actually take Chalk with this turn, but honestly if he does, rather than sacking it, we'd still be able to attack him, except he'd just be stuck in the settlement then. I don't know what's up with you, Rakarth. No, whatever. Not important for now. Let's spend some cash, shall we? We got more buildings to build. Kingdom of the Beasts. Ooh, Temple of Skulls ready to go to tier 5, which means at that point we probably will construct the geometric pile. Oh, 14k for that, though. Damn. It is our first territory that goes up this high. Let's check if there's anything else, though, that is just as important first. Quixotl's ready for an upgrade. Shifting Sands, yes, we just destroyed those things, so now we can get a... probably once again an old one monument. It's only 10% for this region, mind you, but it's still probably decent. Although it doesn't provide research like these two do, it's also a lot cheaper to build it to tier 2 than it is to build either one of these, so... Well, let's do it for now. We can always replace it later if it's needed. Oh, or we can build the food building here and the public order building here instead. Yeah, let's do that. This here and then the food here. Lovely. Next up, Jungles of the Gods, Temple Avenue of Gold, you're waiting for money. Qatar, Numas, etc. Growth and money. And we could upgrade you as well, but we'll see about that. Not super important right now. Wolfland, Star of Gorgoth, you're still going to be traded away, so you're staying as you are at Orion's camp, ready for an upgrade to the Kroq-Gar Labor District. But we could always do it next turn. I feel like if we have the money, we may as well upgrade the... I believe it was Teotihuacan. No, it was Temple Avenue. Oh, damn, I forgot which place. Kingdom of the Beasts. Oh, Temple of Skulls. Okay, Temple of Skulls was the one to need upgrading, and no, you do still have money. Alright, which means Orion's Camp you now can. You can get the Kroq-Gar Labor District. We may as well upgrade the Grand Plaza here and build the growth. Ah, we can't afford the Grand Plaza, but that's fine. Alrighty, Diplo. Just to double check if anything changed. Doesn't look like it, so that means we go next turn, and then we attack the... we attack at the Wizard Caliph's Palace. And possibly attack the Black Iron Mine as well. In fact, no possibly about it, we will attack it. Hopefully we don't get the plague. The frickin' Skaven plagues. If we can get Iron Rock as our province, at least we can pop the anti-plague thing. Oh, right, wait, we don't really have an anti-plague thing. Yeah, this is just another reason to destroy Queek. If nothing else, the plagues are going to be extremely irritating throughout the campaign. Alright, let's just hope that Nikai survives and comes back. And doesn't immediately get killed, because that's a possibility as well, isn't it? Ah, did it fall? I couldn't quite see, but it might have fallen. Arcan wants peace? Nope. Not a chance, buddy. Not a chance. Ah! Well, if it isn't Queeky. He's at the Karakate Peaks, though. That ain't so great. Wait. Although, wait, is he in March Stance? He is in March Stance. I wonder if Tic-Tac-Toe can reach him. Alright, Tic-Tac-Toe could reach him in March Stance. Okay, wait, we need to figure out how to do this properly. Kroki, you can't reach us. Karakate Peaks Besieger, that's fine. Kanoskir has Providential, so he doesn't get us. Ooh, Abomination's destroyed. Damn, that is also not so great. Why? Because I wanted to ask one of these guys to join the war against the Greybeard's Prospectors, if possible. It looks like they did move away. Wait, no, this is Doomseeker. This is a different one. Damn. All right. Well, let's figure out what's going on with Queek. And did Rakarth move? Rakarth did not move. Ekchi is still here. Etchi? Okay. Fun name. Yeah, so can you in fact reach him? Yes, you can. Oh, beautiful. Alright, looks like we'll be going after Rakarth. But I think we'll save that to next episode because, well, can't have Gorok have all the fun in every episode. More importantly, perhaps, this. Furak. Finally. Trade your units to Pyroxy here. Oh, damn, wait. Kowal, you first. Like so, you're gonna take the cohort of Xhotl. Do these guys have anything that'll allow them to reduce the upkeep costs of Kroq-Gars? Meat shield, no, you just directly buff Kroq-Gars, eh? Would have been really nice to get a reduction in costs for them, but oh well. We'll be moving towards geomantic sustenance shortly anyway. Then now, Furak, go here, transfer everything. Beautiful. Pyroxy, you're ready to go now. So we have 4 units of Iron Drakes, 3 units of Fire and Blessed Chameleon Skinks, a couple Pterodon Riders with Fire Leech Bolas, 2 Ancient Salamanders, 2 Basties with Solar Engine, the Umbral Tide leading and the rest of the Salamander hunting packs. Looks like a pretty fiery army and I'm excited to give it a try. You start moving forward. And and we'll go through Ekrand towards Verdanos, I believe. Alrighty, meanwhile, Kowal and Furak. Well, Furak, you are our recruiter, but you no longer need to recruit anything, so we're going to lose the Astronomer and the Talisman. And then I guess we'll give it to Kowal for now. Wait, actually, maybe not. You out. Maybe we give it to Isoko Rismate, who is probably going to recruit stuff from here. Man, I wanted to take Iron Rock. Oh, this is not gonna let us, is it? And March Stance? No, we can't reach it. Ah, that's a shame. But Queek is here. So here's the problem. What we could do is March Stance Tic-Tac-Toe towards Queek. But if we do... Nah, you know what? We have to Tic-Tac. You're gonna March Stance right here up to Caracade Peaks. Like so. Hopefully you're actually in range of it. I can't quite tell. Now, the fact that you're in March Stance doesn't matter at all. If you get ambushed, doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Because you're just going to not be very killable. We do have one concern, though. I guess this guy could get ambushed, and then we'd have to land. But, well, good luck to the enemy killing our Coatl anyway. Isoko Rismate. So you could attack Transiform. The problem is, would Transiform actually... Yeah, see, he'd drive in Queek, and Queek's in March Stance. We don't want to destroy Queek right now. We want to get his defeat trait on Tic-Tac or on Kroq. It would be bad to destroy him, which means we can't do it while he's in March Stance. So I'm going to try two things. First of all, attack Transiform, and he's going to back off. Perfect. We wanted to do that so that the siege would not continue. And then we're going to move Tic-Tac-Toe, well, I guess up to here. Close as you can. And we'll see what Queek does. If he attacks him, great. If he doesn't, well, maybe we'll intercept him or something. Then we're going to cut off his escape routes. He's probably actually going to go to Black Crag, but I imagine that Tic-Tac can reach there as well. I suppose one potential problematic thing is he might be able to reach Valea's Sorrow, but whatever. Also, why is he suffering attrition? Oh, Rite of Sotek's still active. Oh, that's just lovely. And the right can... That's vague. Was it because of the movement? Why can't this... Game? Why? you gotta give a reason. No, seriously, what the heck? Why can't this raid be performed? It's very odd. Especially because it says we have one right up. Unless it's referring to the Rite of Primeval Glory. It's not on cooldown. Maybe it'll fix itself next turn. I'm just gonna assume that's the case. Anyway, Kroq, 2 Black Iron Mine you go. Let's see what we have here. Something of a garrison. Not a crazy garrison or anything, by any means. Do we bother fighting this, is the question. The thing is, with us being so close to Queek... it's low casualties, though. But if we don't fight it, if we have the Feral Stag do it, what'll happen is we'll get badly hurt. Though, there is a very good chance that Queek can reach us, and oh, look at that! Thorik is actually going after Karakazul himself. Well, that's just lovely for him. I'd love for him to be able to take that, and then we wouldn't have to do it, although we wouldn't be able to sack it then. Well, either way, that's not as important as what's going on here. So, these guys did not sally out, so they realize that they are fairly unlikely to be able to win this one. But this is a pretty important battle, so I think we're gonna fight this. Regardless of the lack of towers. Yeah, we could wait another turn, but... I think we'll attack. We will pop you into, I think, Battle March stance rather than in camp, and we'll attack like this. Oh wait, before we do, I forgot to give that item to Kanos Kier, or Isoko Rismate rather. You can have Tablet of Recovered Knowledge. There we go, and now we can strike. Away you go, buddy. This should be an interesting fight, and we could get some very heavy casualties as we try to bring down those various sphinxes, so here we go. Alrighty, here we go. This is a pretty exciting one, I think. More than half of the enemy army is made up of constructs, and elite constructs. And to that, plenty of Ushabti with Great Bow and Necrosphinx and a Khemrian War Sphinx, as well as a Tomb Scorpion. We'll see if we can conquer. Alright, Kanos Kier looks pretty happy about it. And so does his Carnosaur. Alrighty, obviously we're going to start the battle off by knocking the enemy towers down. The first one has already been destroyed, and in fact, the enemy has so few infantry that they haven't even deployed them where the towers are. That's 4, I think, out of the 5 infantry the enemy army has in total. Interestingly enough, it seems like it's keeping most of their units in the center here, and then some at the Victory Plaza. Kind of an odd choice, but I'm willing to bet that once we breach a gate or a wall, the enemy will in fact react to this. Anyway, the Grudge Throwers are going to knock down that last tower before moving on to the gate, and let's just speed it up while the rest of our units do get here. Both of these armies together do have quite a few infantry, but what they also have quite a few of is piles and piles of dinos. So for once, we're going to be able to get an actual dino, not a Doomstack perhaps, but certainly a Death Star, as the dinos will move in together in a blob, and we'll see how dinos versus constructs will measure up. Now we're obviously once again going to, well, I suppose we started the battle off with our Grudge Throwers, but we're going to continue the battle with our Fire Leech Bolas. The enemy may have limited amounts of Tomb Guard and general infantry on the field, but there's certainly enough to bombard with our Fire Leech Bolas. Knock a few of those off the walls. They may not be all that threatening up here since there are no towers for them to occupy, but hey, they're also sitting targets up here, so why not? Alright, besides, it's also going to take some time to break through the gate, or at the very least, well, it's actually at 5.7k, it's not so bad, with the number of dinos trying to break through it, I guess. But it'll go even quicker once the ram actually gets here. Also, Lizardmen, do they have the coolest ram? I feel like they have the coolest ram of all of them. The lightning floating thing is a little bit difficult to beat. Alrighty, and the gate should be broken through any second. The Tomb Guard have been softened up, and one of them is just about to dissipate. We're also starting to annoy the enemy with our 3 units of Skink Chiefs here, who are floating around and have been targeting this poor Khemrian War Sphinx. Hasn't been doing a lot of damage, or they haven't done a lot of damage to it, but hey, about 25% HP off just for them hovering around, I think is not too bad either. Anyway, here come the dinos. Finally, a Dino Doomstack to watch go to work. Or Death Star, rather. Not quite a Doomstack as yet. I wonder if we'll ever have enough money, or whether it'll ever be worth it to pop the Rite of Primeval Glory in order to summon a random Dino Doomstack. I wonder. We'll see. Maybe late into the game, if we need to just put a bunch of dinos in several armies, we can summon it and then just split them off. Although it really depends on the degree to which the cost of that right keeps increasing, because it seems like it's already increased massively from what it was when we started the campaign. Anyway, the Necrosphinx moving in. Definitely tied for the coolest looking unit in the Tomb King roster with the Hyro Titan. I love those stabby arm blades. And is going to be facing off against one of our Carno riding a Lord's Kanos Kier here in particular, though with the debuffs coming in from the Arcs of Sotek, I'm not so sure that the enemy has too much of a chance. At the very least, the Necrosphinx is not debuffed in the way that the Crypt Horrors are, and the Ushabti. Very nice. You gotta love the sync animations between the giant units. Man, it looks like the Necrosphinx is getting staggered quite a lot. Huh. It seems like the Carnosaur has much faster attacks than the Necrosphinx does, or maybe not, maybe they're just taking turns, because now it was our turn to get staggered repeatedly. Not that it matters all that much, because we do have a Reviv crystal right beside us, and everybody here, especially the single entities, are going to be benefiting quite a bit from that. Ooh, we're going to start taking some shotgun blasts to the face from a few Necro Serpents out here, the Sepulchral Stalkers, and the enemy is going to move in some supporting Necropolis Knights in as well. That said, they're not the only ones that can move in units to help, as our Saurus are now entering the settlement. The Amexon Barb actually down to about half HP, unfortunately, because it was getting focused down by 1, 2, and I think 3 units of Ushabti with Great Bow all at the same time. It was just here trying to get a few shots off, and while it did hit the Tuna Scorpion, it did take more damage itself from those Ushabti. Oh well, speaking of the Ushabti, they've grown sufficiently annoying for us to commit our Skink Chiefs into battle. And they may be on Pterodons, so they're still probably a little bit too weak to fight in melee generally, but at the very least against Ushabti with Great Bow, which are pretty lackluster in melee, and they should be able to hold ground until the rest of our units are through the rest of the enemy's construct. Lots of Necro Serpents still holding the line, and hey, we got some Saurus action against the Tomb Guard here, and though I do imagine this particular situation favors us quite a bit. And there we go, we've also separated a few of our other units, our dinos moving in towards the Sepulchral Stalkers to prevent them from firing any more of their shotgun shots, and then Kanoskir moved in with his Reviv Crystal to continue healing him up to tie up another unit of Ushabti with Great Bow. And by the looks of it, he's knocking an Ushabti with Great Bow out with every hit of that Carnosaur, every bite, I should say. And there we go. Looks like that unit of Ushabti with Great Bow is done for. We're going to move in and take out the rest of these Sepulchral Stalkers, and are now going to peel away a few more dinos to try to help out the Skink Chiefs. One of them is at half HP, though I believe it wasn't so much the Ushabti with Great Bow, but rather the reinforcing regular Ushabti, and that did this. And not to worry with the dinos moving in, however, we should be okay. Alright, and how are we looking here? Looks like the Necropolis Knights are done for. The bounce power is about 90% in our favor, and these Sepulchral Stalkers are dead as well, and damn it if the dinos aren't wrecking face today. Very nice. Ooh, and the Amexon Barb gets the last hit on that Necro Serpent. I wasn't expecting that. Well done, little guy. You get pets for that one. And let's see what we got here. We are just about done. Once these Ushabti with Great Bow go, I'm sure that the battle will end. Oh, the Carnosaur also gets tail hit attacks. Nice. I didn't notice that. It makes a lot more sense for the Stegs because of the mace-like tail and that they have on them. Alright, and here comes a column of Saurs to help out. Not that I think the dinos really need all that much help. It looks like there's still a couple more units fighting in here. And yes, there's an enemy Lord that is now completely surrounded by Saurs. And I believe, oh wow, he's lost his arm. Oh, I didn't know that that could happen. Huh, neat. As in, I didn't know that the lords and heroes could lose limbs and stuff like that for the Tomb Kings, and I guess probably true for the other undead, though I don't believe I've ever seen a vampire lose any limbs. Huh. But yeah, interesting. I like that very much. Yes, obviously skeletons and zombies and stuff can lose limbs and heads and whatnot, I just wasn't expecting it for lords and heroes. Alrighty, and with the death of that Tomb Prince, or the true death, I suppose, of that Tomb Prince, insofar as you can say the Tomb Kings can actually be destroyed, because their souls are just going to get put in new skeletal bodies, but anyway, or possibly construct bodies, depending. Looks like that unit caused the rest of the army to rout, and with that, the battle, decisively so, is ours. And it does look like the enemy moved all of its units, Feels like these tents are kind of a stark contrast to the rest of the settlement. Is this like Imperial tents maybe, or somebody else's tents that moved up to try to dig stuff out? We see a bunch of canopic jars here, by the looks of it. Because I don't see why Tomb Kings would randomly build tents, you know what I mean? Yeah, it probably seems like, yeah, there was some excavations going on here before the Tomb Kings woke up and presumably just killed everybody. But what was I saying? Wow, lots of excavations, actually. I wonder if every Tomb King city is like this. I gotta take another look at what's going on in the maps. But yeah, Lord died, everybody routed, decisive victory is ours, well done, lizards or dinos victorious over constructs. Hey, we got a potion of healing out of that. Very, very nice. Alrighty, otherwise the battle went pretty darn well for us. I think a lot better than I was originally expecting. It looks like dinos versus constructs definitely favors the dinos in this particular case. Most of the damage seems to be on the Amexon Barb, which was getting hit by several of the units of Ushabti with Great Bow. They really didn't seem to like the unit. And then on our various Skink Chiefs, but we did send them into melee to essentially distract the enemy, so it's hardly surprising that they took damage. Alrighty. Nice, and we will occupy the place for ourselves, though sacking is tempting. It is a tier... yeah, you can keep that counter secure, at least for now. And province secured, yada yada yada. It is a tier 4. Oh, lovely. Now, oh. This would be the only place where we could currently build the main Kroq-Gars, or like the main Kroq-Gar building. So that is certainly something to look into. We'll still need walls and stuff here, but I think we can wait for a turn to build those up afterwards. This guy's gonna keep on running, but hopefully our friends here will take him out. It's not like he can build anything. And they're all still at war with him, so if they do have an army nearby, they'll take him out. Otherwise, we are done here, at least in the vicinity of the Great Desert of Verbi, unless we want to attack the Greybeard's Prospectors, and I very much do want to attack them. If we attack Kairos, it might compromise our ability to... once again, confederate with the Ghost of Pahwak, so we're probably better off just continuing to wait on that for a little while. Anyway, with that, we are out of time. Next time, Gorok will hunt down Rakarth. We have Kroki, who will probably take out Queek, and by the looks of it, Queek is pretty much dead. We're going to hope that we can manage to destroy his main stack with either Tic-Tac-Toe or Kroq. I'd love to get Kroq doing it because, well, his army is a lot more expensive than Tic-Tac's, and will probably continue being even more expensive once we build it up. But if it's only Tic-Tac, then it's only Tic-Tac. What I'm hoping will happen is that Queek will attack Tic-Tac or run away. But if he attacks Tic-Tac, maybe trying an ambush while Tic-Tac is in march stance, Queek will then hopefully be destroyed, as in his army, and then he'll back off, in which case we can then try to chase him down with Kroki. That would be fantastic if we could get both. But it could also happen that neither of those things work out. He jumps down south towards Dringo Karaz or something, and we can't do either. But I guess we'll have to see you next time, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.